So hopefully today we have no audio issues. Let us see how well that goes. Just a second. Okay, so that should be now live by this time. If we add more filters, maybe I'll have to do a few things. Okay, so that should be now live by this time. So let me see how well that goes. There is quite a lot of disturbance there. That is quite weird. So let me see if I can control the filters. So okay, that should be a little better. Okay, but I want it more interesting, so let's do that. And let us add template equalizer. What is that? So let us check if that improves or deteriorates my voice a little. Okay, if I increase this, so if I keep this max low, max wise, then let's see if that improves it. That improves a little, but let's improve the mid as well and keep the high as a little down. Maybe that would help. Okay, hello. So if that helps, then we should be good. Okay, that looks a little better. So let add this. Maybe I don't think so. This should be a limiter. Let's remove this and let's add some gain maybe. Noise suppression. I'm not sure why it's not working, but let's add a noise gate maybe. Let's do this. So let us add this open close threshold to a little higher. Okay, that doesn't work. Keep it. I think it disables the voice. Let us close the open threshold a little lower. Okay, it is the range in which we can do that. So if I keep it here, so if I want to keep my voice in this range, then I think that sounds a little better, right? Um, let's add a little more gain maybe to suppress that noise. So if I keep it at, it says 10 maybe, 10, yeah, let's keep it at 10. 10 sounds a lot. Is this audible or just barely audible? Is this audible or just barely audible? So let's keep this high as we can and mid as maybe at 1 or 0, and that should be good enough. Keep this high as we can, mid as maybe at 1 or 0. So that should be good enough. Anyway, it is getting, I'm hearing my own voice, but never mind. This should be, I think we can go ahead with this. Okay, you can still hear me. Just let me confirm that. Okay, I think we can remove all of these. It is making the voice a little muffled. I just keep the noise suppression, or let's remove it and then I try to add that. So if now my voice sounds a little better, then let me know. Till then, I just go over here. So I think it's a little lower. I need to do it again. I think maybe. Sorry for that, but I'll add noise suppression first. So this was this one. Let's add the three band equalizer. That also helped us increase this maybe. I'll keep the high and mid as it is. So this should be good enough. Okay, that didn't do anything as well. Expand the will this. So if that sounds good, let me know. So let's try adding the compressor. So let us check the audio. Okay, is it sounding a little better? I've just positioned the mic in a different way now. Okay, that has not worked really well. What do we do? Do I keep it as it is, or does it sound? I have to shout and say like that's not quite. Let's add it over here maybe. So let me filter with this noise suppression because that is what is causing this thing to not work maybe. I have written it right here. Now that should be much better. So is that better or is this better? I think this will deteriorate the voice. It will lower my voice even further. Okay. Maybe not because that is actually taking more voice there. Maybe a little bit won't help. Like we can add it to till 45. So I'm keeping it at 45. Let me know if that is bad or do I change it. What is the time? We have 15 minutes already spent. on the scrap. So let's keep this offset high. So let's keep this all high and let's keep the ratio of high as well. If that doesn't, and if that sounds good, let's see. Expand. It was a bad idea actually. Okay, that will be good. Let me just change the microphone a little. Okay, that should be good enough. But let's okay, now is that better? Actually, the driver from which the mic is getting added. I don't think so that has improved anything. So if that sounds good, let me see. We can get back to the streaming actually. stored it to default. Let's keep everything as default maybe. Noise suppression, cannot do much there. Expander, expander, let's see what expander. I want to gain the output basically. So let's keep this. Where expander is already there. Gain, expander, compressor. We've tried everything now, I think. But compressor. Let me change this a little. Only mid. I try with only mid and only high values. So let's check out that. If that works good, then we are good. I'm trying this for the final time. I don't know. It's not an issue. Okay. Okay. Just a second. I need to type out without making it too loud. One quick thing. Just doing it. I'm not going to change anything right now. Just quick warm up here. Just give me a few seconds now. We'll just start in while. So I think that sounds good. I think that looks good. Let's increase this as well and just check it. This is my final check I'm doing. Let's start in just 1 minute. This works and we are good. Let's remove everything that we've added here. Upward compressor where we didn't do anything, so let's remove that. Noise suppression, I'm not sure what it is doing, but it is not doing anything as such. Okay, so this is the final call I'm making. This will be the final voice for next 1 hour or two. So let's keep this default and try once more. And if that sounds good, then we should be good to go. I think this sounds a little lower or higher. No, that is too low. So let's keep the mid as maximum value, not high value. So I think this should be good enough. So if that sounds uh, good enough, it should be good. Let's not keep it lower, I'll just increase the higher little, fine tuning these things. And now it sounds perfect to me. I'm just starting it now. Well, so last time that we did this things was, let me quickly grab this. That's too much. Okay, let's go to code. Uh, so we are here, and let's go and wait for the changes that we made. So if you recollect, we already had this um, post running, I believe. Let me see if that is available. If that was not the one, not sure now where I kept it. Yeah, here we go. So this was the site that we deployed using the study generator that we have created. So right now it lists now the feeds. It has two feeds currently, the post and active, and the editor one I think was not working because of the links mismatch, but it is there I believe. So if I go to slash editor here, you can see the post right here. However, the links are not changed I believe. So if you see the templates and edit a template, here we would see this link that sent the request. So here we need to replace it with the we will fetch it from the config. So let me grab it from ssg.json, and here we will call it out. Let's say, so we are calling it GitHub. Let us call it deploy, and this will be having base URL. So this will be a base URL actually. Uh, let's call it cloud function. The base URL will be https, and the name of the site that we will be hosting the cloud functions in. So I think I had deployed the cloud functions. Let me quickly check that. So inside of here, this is our famous Dango. Let's randomly name that thing, but site overview, if you see, it has deployed from GitHub, and this should have the functions deployed. So let's see the latest thing, and let us look at the functions. Yeah, it has API functions. This is a cloud function that it has set. Now, for now, this is a link that we have. We can change it, right? So we can go to site or site configuration, and here we can change the site name. So we can say SSG web, SSG CMS dev. I'm just naming it this name. I don't know what you want to name it. I've named it Verify Generator as well. So let's Yeah, I've named it as Burrow, so let's keep it Burrow CMS. Burrow CMS. Dev. Let's save this. Hopefully it is available. And yeah, it looks it is available. And now if we see the site deployment, so deployed, so you can see the latest deployment here, which is published. And if we go over here and we sort of list out the functions, so here can you see the functions. And if you go to the API, it should have now changed the base URL. So let me copy this and let me paste it right here. So that will be my function name. This could be, okay, this should not be over here maybe, but you gotta do much things over here, right? Like you have to be an author. So I will add the author using torso, and that only I will have access to this deployment over here, because I will ask password in that form, and so you cannot sort of, you can read the post, however uh, you cannot write to the database. Maybe we can do it using GitHub secrets. That could be one option, but let's not do that, because if that is the case, then we need to actually change the way we are loading this as GitHub. So how we inject this using GitHub, right? So it will be used in GitHub and it will try to load it from there. So that won't be a good idea to do. So let me keep it over here. And with that, we can change the editor. So we can just come here and say whatever the value we want to replace it with. So for now, if we for now we don't have that value itself. So let me add it using the models. We have added it inside of the uh, block config. Sorry, it was not block config. It was somewhere. So I think we added it here, right? Like there were a few more things that I added, but I don't see the GitHub one. So if you see ssg.json, it has GitHub uh, theme, and it is outside the themes and the blog. Okay. So if I go to models main.co, theme, wherever the theme will be, so it is says it has it over here, but it doesn't have that. Not sure what I do here. So this is inside blog. It should be technically inside the blog because there could be multiple blocks. So if we go over here, this is our blog config. SSG config, and this is the blog config. Over here we should have that. So let me add it. We're not even using the GitHub link. So let's add that as well. It will be a map of string with string. JSON as GitHub, and the thing that we added was Okay, it's able to detect it was cloud function. Let me double check it. That was cloud function username, repository name and branch. We're not using it right now, but down the line we can add that. So cloud function. Uh, yeah, let's keep that. And yeah, that hopefully should be it. And inside of editor, we can come here and now we can say as dot. So now how do we do that's the themes access for the themes variable. So let me check where the theme is. So we might need to go to dot config dot block dot graph function. So let me quickly go there. So it was dot config dot block dot graph function dot base URL. I think I kept that right. Graph function. Okay, it is a map of string with string and not of field. So this could be base URL slash. So we need to append it with the URL, which will be this one. So that hopefully should now work. Let me first test it out locally, and then we can test it out over there. Okay. Let's do goadmin.co dev. Okay, I cannot access this here. How can we access it via? So it says we can access it via dot. So let's check that out. But that works somehow. Really weird, but I'm complaining. So here, if we reload this, I should have slash editor. And let me do a quick inspect to see the form. Okay, it has populated correctly. And let us see the database first. So I'm already logged in, I think. And database, I think here we have everything legal thing. So let me see if this is our legal thing name. No, it doesn't have anything. Need to check that. It is a bit risk. Okay. Yeah, it is legal thing. So that is somehow empty, but we have read rules from it. So let me hit that API once, and if that gets triggered, we can be sure that it is indeed working. So let me go over here and just hit this API as a GET request. So if I go to this, it will by default send a GET request. So invalid payload, at least that part is correct. Now it should have populated. Yeah, there we go. So once the request gets sent, it creates this migration because if you come over here and if you see this function, this is what it will trigger the actual function, and this will actually connect to the database and then execute the context, which will be the plugins.ddl and which is indeed the schema that we have identified. So if you see our schema.sql, this will create the schema because we have now hit that API and that now I just hit that API and it actually worked. So once that is the plugin, sorry, the schema is created, we will just add a dummy text here. So let's do a demo post. I don't know what I'll do here. I don't remember what are the keys that will be required here. So let me go here and see what it is required actually. So I think the type is definitely required. Type and title, yeah, title is provided by default, but type will be sent from the actual like the payload. So instead of looking it over here, maybe we can look into the main network because this is what will consume this API request. So create post payload is the first thing that we do here, which is we provide the user with the username. Okay. So let me do one thing. Let us add an author here and a record. Oh, okay. So we need to add a user. How will we do that? I don't believe I have an add user function. What I want to do now is add an author, which will have the hashed password, and whenever I enter the actual password, it will compare the hash password and the actual password so that we can authenticate who we are. So that is a little hacky way I want to do it, but let's see how we can scale that. So there will be just one author really, which will have the access to add other authors in this block. And I want to have this endpoint in the cloud function that will add the user based on the master user password. Okay, and how we will be doing that is first we'll create this simple uh, create endpoint. So let me do here. So instead of API, because in cloud in Netlify cloud functions, we cannot have nested nested uh, functions that is you cannot have user in the API. And you need to have this separate parameter like URL paths. So we need to have this users endpoint here and then create main.go separately here. So this way it will have this function as separate thing. And now I also need to copy this with here because the schema will remain the same. and just copy everything over here, which most of them things will be similar, but we need to do a lot of other things. So we'll definitely have a payload and then later on I'll show the payload, which will be not this, it will be a user author payload. We have created, let's see that one. And okay, I think what we need to do here, let me think about it first. So let's draw it. So here, what we now have is a database, right? Uh, and we have two tables here, which one is the authors and the other is the posts. You can have multiple of them, but keep it simple. Okay, and here we have, not sure why it is lagging, the editor. So here this is the editor, and so what we have to do here is let's say this is when take a style of the title, the content, metadata, and two things which are important, which is name and the password. Every time this post is created, we do this, and here is the thing. If the user tries to access this, and the author is having a few permissions, that is authorization, I would say, then we can only create that post. Otherwise, he will still be able to use the editor page, but it won't be able to create that post in any circumstance. But first, we need to do one thing, which is uh, so what we can do here is I want to get the first user right because I cannot enter the password just normal password. It should be a hashed password. So that is what I am trying to figure out. So I want to make sure that that password is actually hashed and stored in the database. So trying to figure out the best way we can do that, the scalable way. So one approach could be So the first approach I think is naive is we can send the payload with the username, password, and the name of the user, and also add in a secret token that will only be used by the admin author. That is not only known to that admin author. That is very risky, but can go ahead with that for creation of the users. Yeah, let's not overthink it and let's just start creating it. So what we'll do is first, this will have this user endpoint, which will say, uh, I think, but I want to make sure the interface is user friendly. Let's say if the interface is uh, a form or is an API, that is what I'm confusing between them. If we want to choose an API, that could be a little flexible and quick to develop, but if you want to make it a template, that will be a little, like, it's not complex, but it will be a little time consuming in that sense. Let's go with API for now. So with that API, we will send only post request to this API. So let's go over here and let's do things here like switch request dot HTTP method, and if it is case is get, will say return. Yep. If the case is post, then we'll do these things. And the case is actually let's just do our two cases, and if the default will be this. And let's even remove this and put it here. Then let's close this. So now we only respond to post request that is handled. So now we need to now have the payload, which will be username, password, and what is the scheme of it? Username, name, password, and username. Username is a little tricky to do, but yeah, we can switch it with the data like in the database itself once admin has access to that. So plugin, payload plugins. Let's do plugins, and what have we done here? So let's call it type author. I think we should have this. Let's go here and plugins. This is the one I created right now. Yeah, this is what we want. Actually, this is not what we want. This is something that it has generated. So let's see, name will be there, the email is not there, username and password. That is what we will do. And here, let's simply say plugins dot author, and that is one thing. Then we'll try to unmarshal that. And now we need to add one more query. So inside of db.home, let's add, oh, we also have this. Let's add one more, which will be update author. Yep. And let us do a sequence. We need to go into plugins and then we will division into sequence generate, and that should have changed quite a few things. And with that, we will have queries dot create author, which will take in the context and the payload. Yeah, the create author params, and we can specify those things. Actually, once we have that, we can use this now. And instead of providing that, we can skip this and just say payload. And it's going to complain. So create author, I think it returns an integer 64, so we can have user ID and an error. And with that, we can fetch the user. So I think I need to add one more query. So get user one and username is that. Get uh, let's not grab your password. Maybe it's something to do with that. So once that is done, we will have to skip this and say get author by ID. This will take in the user ID. So let us just restart the speed, and hopefully this should have that. Um, there we go. So I think that should be it. Correct. I think I'm missing anything. So it will first send the post request. It will connect the database and do some stuff. And it will have this create other params, which is username, name, password, and when is admin was not required, the admin the query. create author. Let's remove that because that will mess up things. Complete author, yeah, we require the is admin in the update from this section. So with that, if I reload this now, then that will now not have that thing. I need to go here and didn't quite restart the display in a good way, but never mind. So username, name, and password. Okay, that's good. This will create the author and give us back the ID, and we'll get author by ID. I will see user and author interchangeably, but never mind. And yeah, we'll return with that. We are supposed to return something from this username. Actually, instead of messing up these things, it also has username. So let's run that again, and this should now have the username or password, the ID. So that will be that. So I think that should be good enough. Yeah, so let's now deploy this. Because I can test it out locally, but not with Netlify. I don't have that. So let me deploy this. So get status. We can go a little back. So get status, get. I think we fixed a few things in index.html, I believe. Yeah, here. Yeah, that was one. So now if we see get add, we have a lot of things. So we change the models, change the plugins, change the config, change the statics types, change templates, and the Netlify functions, the whole file, and yeah, that is it. So get diff, that is our new reference there. So get diff change, let me quickly give you the changes that we did. So we added this new function, and that looks good. Okay, create on the params. This is generated code. We shouldn't care about that. And yeah, that I think should be it. So get commit fix editor URL and add user API, user creation API. All right. So once that is done, this will deploy its things. Yeah, and this is also not working well. I'm not sure why. ID of user seems functions. It seems it doesn't know that um, static file. Let me see the public folder and oh, now it has this folder. Okay, that will be tricky. So we can do it this way. Let's see, yeah, fix that, but I can't do it because that is wrong. So, yep, it has deployed a minute ago. So if I just reload this, if I go to editor, there we go. So now I need to go to, oh, so now I need to go and create this. So you can see the users, I think, method because we cannot do a get request to that. I just open up a terminal, whatever, also the API client. This is just one thing. Let's duplicate this and I'll show what I mean by that. So I just replace this with this and instead of API it will be users. I need to send a post request. I need to have a body which will be of type application JSON. And let's move this. Now we will have a username of admin, name of me, and we'll have the password as I will not share that. So let me do that. So I will hide this now. Okay. So I will move this thing. I'm not sure if that will leak in the password because it has nothing to do with that. It won't do anything, but I just want to make sure that that will return out correct values. If I see, what was the back to the project folder, but over here, if you go to main.co and if we see the output, we will return only the result ID. Okay, so that should be good. I'll send the request and now I'll show it live. You would see here there is nothing in this database right now. Correct? No authors, no post. So let's send this post request. Authentication failure. Or will this get deployed properly? So this is the production deployment. Let's open a function. Now it has users function. Let's check it to not the duplicate password. Did you mess up anything? So, so it would have created this record at least. Yep. Wow. We need the password. Okay, it didn't have the password actually. So how we didn't hash the password? This is a necessary step to be honest. But it's not storing the hashed password. It is a concern. So oh okay. So here we need to fix this, which is so payload. We have the payload, right? So it's not this request dot body. Okay, at this point we have the payload now. The payload dot password then becomes decrypt dot hash password decrypt dot generate. So it is the decrypt hash of the password at a given cost. And the cost is less than okay, it will also have an error. So let's handle that if error is not known in return the error response invalid period. So what it is, so payload dot password is a string error converted into a payload. Cannot use decrypt dot generate from password. What is that? A string value assignment. Oh, okay. Let me call it hashed password. And once that is the case, you can say payload dot password becomes hashed string representation of the hashed password. Hashed password. Okay. Yep. Okay, that should be it. Okay, there was one thing I found, which was if we go into any of these fields, we had this go back button. Not sure where that came from. Yeah, let's add that. I think we have it over here. And there was somewhere we do this, right? We would see, we go over here and we say, okay, there it is. So let's add that. Cool. That should be with this. With that, what did we add? So get status, get and identify functions, identify changes, templates. So let's get back and it should be deployed as well as it should be deployed. So let's go to deploys. It has triggered in the deployment, which will show you deploy. So you can see here we have stats.css and the editor as well should have that. Okay, I think that should be working. Now it is getting deployed. Maybe that's deployed now. So if you do theme power, if it's still not working, let's do a hard refresh. It is still not working now. Can it really change those things? Right, this has fixed, and that didn't get fixed. That was just a bit issue anyways. So here we now need to change this, and I can change my password. I've changed my super secret password, and hopefully that will also deploy. Let me quickly check that. That deployed, so let's send that. And user not found. Well, what are we doing? So I think let's delete one record here. And let's send this again. But it's kind of weird. Wait, I've done the thing that I wanted to do. It attached the password, but there is an issue with the code. Maybe what did we do wrong? So here we said create author, get author by ID. So what does this show? Select ID, username, name, password, example from author where ID is this. That should have worked. I have forgotten the wrong here. Creation, not creation. Yeah, this step should not be done. When that was the issue, we faced that the authentication failure was the issue, not that issue. So yeah, let's do that later on. But I've updated the user. That should be good enough for us to now add the post. So let me go over here and quickly run this demo post. So let us add in here the type as post. Let's see. Hello, demo post. And let us provide the username. Hopefully this is saved. Okay, cool. Username. Wait, what? The username was admin, I believe. Right? Forgot. Yeah, the username was admin. And the password is super secret. Wait, I kept making it wrong. and invalid payload. Damn, did it create the post? No. Let's see the logs. What went wrong there? It should be in the API. There are no logs somehow. So the invalid payload. Interesting. So invalid name, password, title, content, and metadata. Hmm. Oh, I know the issue. The editor has sent a form request and we're doing it using a JSON kind of thing. It won't work. We can do that maybe, but we can have one separation here again, which will be if in the request dot headers. Uh, yeah, this is what I expected here. If that is the case, then we will do this. Otherwise, we can have one more option, which will be actually let us do the other way around, which is uh, it is HTMX. Wait, let's call it headers. Let's call it request headers. That will be set to if content type is wait, I'm doing it, messing it up. Wait, so if request dot headers, there is one header called HTMX request. If that is true, then we do this, else it will be a JSON response. So if it is an HTMX this request, then we need to uh, pass the form, which will be sent via the URL encoded values. Now I see that will be a little, well, that won't be an issue. So let's call it user form. This will be, I think it is called URL dot, uh, not sure what's the name for it. I have created it a while back. So let me go to, it is where, go inside of Netlify, maybe inside of users. No, this is not the one. Not sure. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there we go. So the form data, this is how we grab this. URL dot parse query request body. And if there is an error, we'll say invalid payload. And here we will have one more thing which will be, I don't know why it is doing that way, so it should not have done that. Here form data will have a few values. So if you see form data dot get, okay, now we need to set the value. So let's call it payload. So the payload it will be, yeah, let's set the payload as plugin, sorry, plugins dot payload, which will be now fetched via the form. So here we'll say user name correct metadata. Actually, it will be a string, right? Like um, this, I don't think so where we are using this. Okay, we are doing it this way. So let us do it here as well. Sorry, here. So what we are doing is we are creating a structure with the request level metadata and then loading those metadata into a JSON like structure, because if metadata is a JSON structure and not a string. So we can store it as a string, no problem. It will be stored in the string indirectly, but just for the sake of validation, we are doing this way. So if there is an error, let's say invalid period again. And once that is done, this will now do the same thing that this has JSON has done. So this, the next process will be the same for that, because the payload will be the thing that we need to create. So in this case, we don't need to hash the password, since the password will be using this authentication. So we'll compare the hash password and the raw password using the username that will be sent from the payload. So that will be one thing. I think that should be it. Yeah, let's add the sort changes. Add git status, git add multi-parameter. We already changes over here. So git commit and fix edit API for post creation. That sounds weird name, but fix edit form API. Never mind. So here we don't have any changes, but it still will run. Actually, this needs to be seen over here. So this will be deployed soon, and then can possibly save this again. There won't be any changes like required there, because the payload will remain the same. The request URL will also remain the same. So yeah, that will be that. and explore a few more tabs so it doesn't lie down. So it has not yet started. Okay, now it has started the build. Let's identify that. Which we will deploy. Maybe it won't have errors, right? So there we go. It has deployed it for this uploading now. Okay, that should be. Let us hit this API again. And yeah, it will have some trial and errors. Now, how can we do that? Let us do one more time. Okay. Mhm. Let's do this. Interesting. So what is the issue now? HTML request. So let's first check what is the metadata here in HTML. There's type post. There's nothing wrong as such there. Let's show the valid post. So either it could be over here or it could be there. maybe, what it's showing it is invalid, which is different than incomplete, which cannot happen actually. And if we see, it is published, right? And actually, we reload the pages, demo post, let's call it type of post type, um, demo post, and let's provide that, and password. Okay, it is sending a JSON request. So that is what I was trying to debug. Here you would see that we have this separator which separates the HTML response from the JSON response. However, this is not able to find that, and that is why it is getting haywire there. So if you would see in that, okay, it checks it first. Oh shoot. So here you would see this check request is triggered because if you would see here inside of inspect, it's in the report tab, and you would see this API, and if you see here, we should have an HX request coordinator. Authority response schema. It might not be visible here, but it actually sends the method there. So once that is completed, okay, it has published it. So let us submit that now. It's still doing that thing. It checks very close. Oh, damn, I was not using HTML here the whole time. Thank you. Yeah. Let me add HTML further. So here I will grab that and let us paste in here. And with the form, we'll send hx post, right? We also don't need to specify this now. See there is exposed, hx target, hx repeater. Okay, I think that should be enough. Not trial and error. And let's swap this out. So spring bomb. This time I have to reload because the form will be different type. Let's see if that causes any issues. And okay, that has deployed, I believe. You don't need to identify because that was not changed anything. Let's call it demo post. Type will be a post. Something happened. Cause error, really? You can see that this request has this symbol. So if we see here the logs, we should have the API. That was unexpected loss. So Let's try to search it. Netlib file cloud function cause error in GitHub pages. Okay, it actually is a response override, like that should have been populated, but maybe, yeah, maybe, okay, where is the issue actually? Let's try to get it with GPT. Okay, so that is one issue we need to fix. Let's paste in here, and we need to add it over there. If you didn't get it out, like, you it's really what is this, like, how I'm not able to like that? Because there's something wrong with the request referring the name, I think. So this works. Maybe this we just add log, maybe log dot print payload. This will leak the password and all. So never mind, I change the password later. So let's change it here and let's see if that is indeed the correct one. And let's log the user here. So this will be a user right on top. And I think that should be it. So post is of type this. It has a payload. So it has create post params. So it will generate with the create post params. So let's put the type definition of that. Create post, which will just create the post. I think we need to get back the post as well. So let's not do that. This will not help anything. The post will be create post payload, the user ID and the name. So it will have create post params. Let's go to here and you can see it has author ID with this won't leak anything, so that should be good enough for this part at least. You can log this out at least to see if that's it was just in the request flow. And actually before we do this, let's log the headers as well. And let us add everything now. So git add verify functions. And okay, that is a weird issue actually. Maybe we can try it out with the API first and then with the edit form. Let's try that out first. Maybe users, let's call it API. Let's call a function here which will have the title. Let's call it test1. We'll have the content. And the content. Let me check what is expected payload here. It is post or content. Okay. It has content. Okay. But I think we have defined it to be post. Kind of weird. What is schema says? Schema says as a body. How did that happen? Like that is quite weird with the post plugin. And so here we are saying get user and while creating the post we are specifying it as plugin dot payload. Okay, so plugin dot payload has body as the field that will really set that thing for us. So let's log this out as well. So log dot printf post, and I think we can call it content for now. Let's say hello with the content, and then the metadata will be let's call it type with post. Let's keep JSON, so that will be a little additional. And let us add the username, calling it admin, and password. This will make it so never mind. And let us try to send this invalid payload. And there we just submit this. And let us look at the logs. So here you are able to see this. You can see the request HX request, method is post, and a lot of stuff here. I want to see the HX request here. Request headers, HX current URL, HX request method. Okay, it is actually there, HX request, but it didn't quite work here. Not sure why. Okay, here you can see we have headers getting logged out, right? Headers. But since we go down here, we don't see the payload. So we have username, password, title, content, and metadata. So hopefully that is the correct payload, right? We have everything mentioned here. We have title, we have content, we have metadata, username, and password. So what is the issue here? Maybe the issue would be in this. Yes. Actually, let's is it a post or sorry, JSON request. It won't need to do this parsing as a string. We can directly call it a post, I believe. Authentication failure, very interesting. Now at this point I don't know the password now. Okay, let's see the log. If we have the logs, false, so what is false entry? Is admin. Gotcha. Hash secret to short as decrypted password. Okay, we have some issue here. So here we are doing payload.username. So here. So we are passing payload.username. Okay, username is what is the username? Admin, right? So what happens if I do this instead? No. Um, let me copy this. Password in this combo is correct. So authenticate payload.username, payload.password. So this will be the user password and this will be the hashed password. Let's see if that does it correctly. Compare hashed password. So first the argument is the hashed password and that is come on. Exchange the definitions as well here. So it will be according to that raw password. And here it will change it that way. So that is that. And yeah, that should be it. But however, there is an issue with that. Maybe we are not able to get this thing through. Let's call it log.printer. So what is the fix? Uh, yep, hit command. Okay, that should hopefully complete that. What is the time we have been doing this? Within 2 hours. Yes, sure. So just we're going to deploy that and let's check that out. I'm lowering the voice. There's a lot of background noise, so I'll just keep it low. Let's take it a little bit louder. Now it is deployed, pushed, published, or deployed. Let's enter this again. Database connection failed. NYDB down. There is some glitch there, never mind. So here let's submit this. It is still causing an issue. Let's send this again. Now that is very okay. The issue is in create post payload. Okay. So here we are seeing few things. This won't be the issue because okay, metadata has no title in it. Post must contain a title. Interesting. So it is that metadata here, the title as well. Test. There we go. Okay, that should have fixed now. Okay, these issues I'm not sure if it is fixed from the server as well. Maybe there's some issue with the cost. So let's add in here the title as test1 and let's submit it. Let's see the logs. It should be coming in a while. Okay. There might be some issue related to that because that request is coming through HX request. We have not set the target here. Let's see this, how we will go with that. We saw here that the HX request doesn't have true as well. Here, if you see carefully, there should be a difference of the content, like request headers. So if we take into account that, let's see where it is. Yeah, here it is HX, right? HX request. I don't see HX request anywhere here. Show the cookies, I believe. HX forwarded. Yeah, I don't think that is an HX request here. It is loading HTMX correctly because it should not be an issue. Let's try one more time. Let's have the type as test one, then type, sorry, this will be of type is the title will be temp one, and that will be it. Okay, it might be changing this way. Then, yeah, because it is sending the options method I could see here. The request type was options. I see it there. Correct. The request somewhere I saw it, right? Somewhere I saw it was the options, right? Over in the logs, headers, um, access control, request headers. No, the request method is post indeed. let's do as it says, and because that makes sense, to be honest. If we do this will allow all the origins. We don't want to do that later on, but for now let's do as instructed. So here we are doing the HTML. Oh, maybe that could be due to the assimilation icon. I don't know, that won't be an issue because I've checked in the previous things that should not be an issue. Let's fix cause issue on uh, edit page issues in page. So we have successfully added the post here. So let me reload this. You'll see over here we have added the post, and this should now get triggered every time you see that. Let's go to functions, to the deployments. It is running up, running. It should have been deploying. So we don't have any changes in our template, so that should be good enough. Okay, it has been deployed. Let's submit this. So did it create the DB or not? No. Let's see the logs. Did both of the API fields run? It's kind of weird. All right. If that is not working, then I think we need to have a quick fix for this. Maybe we need to host this on Netlify server. That's not right. Index host. Okay, it has not worked. Okay, so let me do one thing. So what I can do here is um, since this is a Golang function, Golang package, we can do site deployment and site configuration warehouse, continuous deployment. Yeah, here build settings. Build directories of current directory, package directories, uh, public build command code running main.com, publish directory. Oh, okay. Public. Sorry. Then let us run this deployment. There will be some issues because we are building this now. And if that works, that should be good enough. Because now the same Netlify file URL will be requesting that, so there should not be any cause issue in that. Let's see. So it should start the build. Okay, building. So it says that it has found the command, so go run main.go is running right now. It should hopefully work. Hopefully we don't have anything that will break this. Hopefully. Okay, that actually did that. Then functions are also deployed. So let's open this up. Wow. Okay. It was nice to see this. Let's see the editor. Okay, this will be a little weird. Okay, it won't be in the bar now. It will be in the slash editor. Okay, never mind. So title, let's do test one. And for the metadata, let's paste testing. Right. Hello. Admin. Submit. Wow. That was the issue. We cannot post it on GitHub pages. We can, but let's see the issue. How we can fix cause error. Well, is that really fixable? That is what I want to see now. Could you share the link? I'm calling it from localhost. If you are calling it from local, it makes sense. With your web condition if you are deploying properly. What is the resolution of the issue here? Access control allow origin. Did we have project adding here? CMS. We have added this thing, so not sure why it is still complaining. Okay, this is a solution. Perhaps you looks like the function is still being called from localhost. So in our case, we are not actually calling it from localhost. Correct. Um, oh, this that should not be an issue. That is what GPT suggested, and that didn't quite work out. Okay, so let's forget that for now, at least. And since that is working, this should have sort of deployed it there. Okay, but never mind. Okay, I think I'll leave it here. We need few things, which is figure out a way to send Netlify requests from here. For some reason, they are not working it this way. I have done this using Netlify pages itself. That's why it was working in that application. But right now, we are doing it from Netlify GitHub pages, so it's not working in this way. So we need to check this out, and we also need to make this cron job, which will trigger this build every time, sorry, not every time, but some workflow which will have cron job, which will run some amount of time every day, maybe not every day, but some period of time it will run periodically, and this will build that site again so that first what I will do is it will fetch the posts from database which have been added in the past uh, day, and they are not currently in the posts folder. And once that is added, it will build the file and it will deploy. So we will have the newly added posts from the database being reflected in the site as well. So that is what we need to do next. We have already we have built in this form. So that is working with this is how did this work here? Okay, here it is not working. Over there it is working. Weird stuff, but never mind. So that is it.